Welcome back. I'm Calvin, aka Statue Fanatic here. Was trying to figure out what I was gonna do next for my next video. And so I had to do some moving around and some rearranging and, of course, dusting. And I thought, why not do a video of some of my favorite Spawn characters? And many of you know that watch my videos know that Spawn and Black Panther are two of my favorite superheroes. And so here we have, not all, some. All wouldn't fit on this table, so I tried to pick the ones that I like the best and the ones that try and tell a story, about how long I've been collecting and all of that. So I'm not going to talk that long, but I never say this, but maybe I should start saying this. If you like what I do, please take a moment to subscribe, like, hit the bell or whatever. Maybe not the bell for every video that comes up because you might not like everything I do, but occasionally kind of support me there, guys. So anyway, before we get started and I get back behind the camera and do some close-ups, what you're looking at again is a history of my Spawn collecting over a couple of decades pretty much. But I will say this, I want to start off by saying I do have these guys here, and many of you know, and I'll put some pictures up, that these are the ones that kind of kicked off the Spawn insatiable appetite I have for collecting figures of Spawn. He did such an amazing job back then. I think it was back in 1994? Way back, way back in the day. A long time ago, okay? Been collecting for a really long time. So let me get behind the camera and show you guys some close-ups of how cool these figures are. We're gonna start with this piece here. See if I can get close in there. You can see there's Spawn there. You got Batman right over here. For those of you who didn't know that, they did a crossover comic, Spawn and Batman. And so this statue was a result of that crossover. It is one of the most sought after statues and one of the most expensive statues of Spawn in terms of licensed resin statues to get. It is a really nice piece, very well sculpted. Love this pose. Difficult to display if you don't have it on something rotating because you either see one or the other character, you don't see both. So trying to put it in a detolf or something in a position where you can see everything is really a challenge. But here you can see the base that he's standing on looks really awesome. It was just a really cool piece, very representative of the comic. So we're gonna move over here to Angela. Angela first appeared in Spawn number 9. This is a scale up of the action figure. It's 12 inches tall. Yep, it is an action figure. Looks fantastic for an action figure. I absolutely love the original Spawn action figures. I'm not so hot on the ones that are coming out right now, and I'll show you why. I'll show you some of the older ones and how they just still, 20 years later, 15 years later, 12 years later, whatever, blows away what's being produced right now as far as the Spawn line is concerned. It seems like most of their attention is being paid on DC right now. But yeah, that's Angela. She comes with a little staff right there. I don't think she had ribbons that came in this box. I'm pretty sure she didn't. She didn't have any ribbons, but that would have been nice to include those. And behind her, you have Redemption Spawn with the wings, another highly detailed figure. You can see the wings there. Give you a shot of those. It's a 12-inch figure as well. Pretty freaking awesome piece. And here we have Gunslinger Spawn. One of the coolest figures ever made. Freaking amazing. He's also a scale up from a 6-inch figure. And now he's also starring in his own comic in the Spawn universe. And then I'll go up here. This is a really interesting piece for me. This is a kit, actually. It's a kit that I purchased back in 95 or 96, sometime back then. There was 2 of them I bought from a comic book store. So you had to put them together and do all the gluing and the little chiseling and stuff like that. And I'm not gonna do a real close up because I like the way it looks from this distance. But I thought, yeah, I can put one of these together and paint it and, just, paint by numbers, right? No, that's not my forte, not one of my talents there. But I did my best. But I do have one that is unpainted that still needs to be put together, and maybe I can find somebody to do that. But I'm never getting rid of it because it was one of the first times I ever attempted something like that, and one of the first licensed pieces of Spawn collector items like that to come out. So I'm really proud that I have it. It's mine. Never gonna get rid of it. And then to the left of him, you have Medieval Spawn here. This is a resin statue that McFarlane sold. You can see down there, he's standing on the Violator's head, gnarly teeth coming out. It says Medieval Spawn, one of his horns are torn off. But again, he knocked it out of the park when it comes to these statues. They're highly detailed, amazing pieces. And I think this comes with a switch out sword. And I think the sword is actually right there. There we go. Get a little light. The sword is right there. It comes with a proximity base to put the sword on. Try to get back better so you can see it there. There we go. I think you can see that, right? All right. I'm trying to be very careful here because it's kind of nerve-wracking. And so here we have the Cursive Spawn, another amazing piece. This thing is full of detail. There was two versions of this. There was a painted version and an unpainted version of it. Looks absolutely gorgeous. The detail. I did a full review of this, so you can check that out. But of course, it's one of those signed pieces that McFarlane did. And then when I go up here, right next to Medieval Spawn, I have another Medieval Spawn. This is another scale up of the action figure from one of the original lines of toys that came out. Again, this one came with the base. It went with Angela, Spawn, and Violator, which I don't have the Violator up here. But again, another fantastic piece. And then to the left of him, you have an action figure here. Pretty freaking amazing. I wish this was a statue. It's in this dynamic pose. Comes with a base where you actually use to assemble him so that he's up in the air with the cape flowing around him, the exaggerated cape that McFarlane is known for. And then, I don't know if I can get a good picture of it, but around him you can see the shadow there. There's some bats that are swirling around him. Like, this wasn't supposed to be a full review, just to look at my collection. So, and then, as we go over here, this box here houses a Spawn figure that is highly sought after. I've had it for a while, and I still have not opened it and taken it out to put it together or anything, but it's been through hell and back. You can see the box is all beat up. And then I'll open it up here. You can see inside what it looks like. The cape is just crazy enormous. But the thing with this figure, although it's really highly sought after, the problem with it is the degradation in the cape over time was just a lot for a lot of collectors. So I actually bought a wired cloth cape to replace that with. And so maybe that's what I'll do one day as a project once I take it out of the box. Real action figure hero 306 there. So here you have another classic pose of Spawn. This was celebrating the 20th anniversary of Spawn. I'm going to turn this one around just slightly so you can see what I'm talking about. This was the 20th anniversary of Spawn. You see he's on the rooftop there. Another numbered piece signed by McFarlane. Another expensive piece to get too. Now, here we have an action figure again. I'm gonna move this back some, see if I can get some good pictures. What a freaking amazing piece. Now this is why I wanna compare the action figures that are coming out now for the new Spawn line that McFarlane's putting out. Man, they just don't compare to this. This is just, look at the color on the cape, look at the shading, look at the sculpting. If I didn't tell you guys and I said, hey, this is a statue and blah, 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 you would think it was a statue. It looks very well painted. highly detailed. And so here I'm going to move this guy out of the way so we can look at this. This is another one of the 12-inch figures that was scaled up from McFarlane's initial or original toy line. And then I'll just pan over here real quick when I say from original toy line, from this figure here. This is a version of that figure where he's unmasked. There's also a version of that figure where he is masked. And there's a version of that figure, he was known for variants, guys. And there's a version of that figure where he is blue and unmasked with hamburger head. So yeah, this was a 12-inch scale up of this guy. And it looks great. I'll turn it around here. Comes with a big ass gun right there. Knife. Fantastic. Now here's a smaller sculpted statue here. This is another piece that's really cool. And then I'm going to put this guy back. And again, that's just like the other ones. You can see that it was numbered and signed as well. And then here's another smaller sculpted piece by McFarlane as well. Resin Statue Spy. Man, the detail in these things is just sick. They're pretty freaking amazing. So I absolutely love this. Again, it's signed as well. I don't see a number on there, but it's signed. And here in the middle here, we have a 2-pack action figure. Again, check out the detail on these figures versus what's coming out now. I'm just saying, love McFarlane, but I miss this. So I got a couple of the other ones and took them out and not that impressed. Now this, I have a custom statue based on this cover here of Spawn on Throne. I have a, looks really cool. He's holding a skull. Look at the detail in that. That's just freaking insane. Now here, I wanted to show you guys this too. This is kind of like my crown jewel in my Spawn collection. But as you can see, he's massive. So I was not up to the task of taking him downstairs or moving him or anything like that. So I figured I'd just show you guys here. I did a review of him, so I'm not gonna do that again, but I just wanted to show that to you guys. And then I'm gonna show you the Angela statue that I have. But yeah, this is a fan art piece that I picked up a couple of years ago. And here is another Spawn piece. This is Angela. Of course, this is Angela from Marvel and not Image, but it's still Angela. I didn't want to bring that downstairs either. You can see her. I did a complete review of that as well in the back. You can see I have Spawn, let's see, get past those guys. You see I have Spawn number 9 back there. Well, can't get it in focus. But anyway, you see, but that's Angela. So, there you have it. Take another look there of all the pieces. Try to get a really good view there. You can see they look just fantastic. Now you might be asking, what's this little guy here on the table doing laying there? I've had this guy for over 20 years. One of the original action figures. He was Spawn 3 in the third wave of Spawn action figures. Came with this exaggerated cape that when you push a little button on the back of the cape expands and you know, that kind of cool stuff. But that's not the part that I wanted to show you guys. This also has a battery in it. And when you raise his arm, Spawn's eyes light up. Can you see that? Let's see here. I'm trying to get it so you can see that. But trust me, his eyes are lighting up. They're glowing green. They're not on. And so I'm gonna put that up again and see if you can see them come on. What I thought was interesting though was that after all these years, those batteries still work. I have one of those that I haven't opened yet. So I wonder if that one still works too. But again, really cool collection. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you like the things that I do, please like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Help me out there. Well, there you have some of my favorite pieces from my Spawn collection. And remember, my friends, to always collect what you like and not the hype. Until next time, peace.